Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, I'm going to be providing my thoughts on Dreamcast, guys. Black Myth Wukong synopsis. Okay, this is a game I'm actually excited for. I'm copping it day one. I'm not the biggest fan of Dreamcast guy. I think he's extremely just boring. I think he has terrible takes. But let's see what he has to say about it.
Views are beginning to drop. They're mostly positive. We're going to take a look at it, but I did notice a lot of people kind of insulting it and saying, don't buy it on PlayStation. So I want to talk about why, and I want to take a look at the gameplay that's now been released because it seems to raise a couple question marks about the overall quality. But let's get into it.
All right, first off, if you've been gaming for any amount of time, you already know that there's going to be a day one patch that's going to address a lot of early gameplay issues. So if you're already complaining about performance issues and the game hasn't dropped, come on now. We already know this is what these companies do. They release the game. As soon as the game drops and you download it, there's already going to be a day one patch. That's just how modern gaming works today. So if you're already complaining about the performance before the day one patch, you lost me.
But here's where the suspicions begin to rise. A lot of people are mad because honestly, the review scores seem like they perhaps should be higher, saying like, okay, Genshin Impact is a 9, but IGN gives it an 8. Cyberpunk 2077 was also broken at launch, and yet it got a 9.
All right, first of all, if you're still listening to anything that these gigantic companies, gaming journalist companies like IGN, etc., have to say about a game, you're cooked. These companies have not been relevant in over 10 years. We know for a fact that a lot of these companies take backhand deals to fabricate reviews for money. You know what I mean? Who's still listening to these guys? Like, you guys are better off finding a YouTube channel, an independent channel that gives their honest, raw, and unbiased, opinion and thoughts on a video game. Why are you listening to these big name companies? Like for myself, I don't do reviews, so to say, but I'm definitely copping this game day one. I'm excited for it. I'm interested, and I will be providing my thoughts on the game. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it real, raw. I'm gonna say what I like about the game. I'm gonna say exactly what I don't like, and I'm definitely gonna recommend whether you guys should pick up the game or not. I'm excited for companies that are trying new things. I'm sick and tired of the same typical first person shooter, the battle royale, the battle pass. Like, I'm done. I'm so excited and ready for companies to do something new.
How does this game get an 8? But scores aside, man, look at all those dislikes. Oh, yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, by the way. I was noticing that it does seem like people are beginning to sort of cultivate a conspiracy theory about how this game is made for PlayStation. There's been a lot of talks and rumors initially that maybe Sony was partially funding it. It's delayed on Xbox. It's only coming to the PS5 when it comes to consoles here in 3 days. But shockingly, nobody in the world has been allowed to play it on the PS5.
Okay, I will say I absolutely agree. I think when we all know that big name gaming companies and big name gaming YouTubers and stuff like that, they get video games earlier than the public. They get them upwards to a couple of days, upwards to about a week early, so they can get their hands on it. They can get a review in to drop right alongside the release of the game. I do think it's a scummy business practice in a day and age where video games are more expensive than ever, but the companies are lazy. The companies and developers are lazier than ever, and they have a tendency to release broken and unfinished piles of just junk. And they have the nerve to prevent the consumers from releasing a review via embargo agreements, and they tell you you can't drop a review on this game until the date of release, or you can't talk about how you feel and your thoughts on the game until the exact day of release. I think that's a disgusting business practice, and I don't like that. And any game that does that is a definitive red flag.
Here's the thing, I think that Black Myth Wukong is still going to be a great game. A lot of times, even a game does actually launch with some performance problems. A lot of times it does get patched, and if you wait a couple months, obviously it's a lot cheaper to buy it. But I did see people saying that it is pretty bizarre that this coming out here in 4 days and it's not actually playable on a PS5 by any journalist, any reviewer, any Let's Player. Nobody on the planet has access to it, which is bizarre since Sony themselves has been advertising it as the most anticipated PS5 game of the year.
All right, man. You guys know over here, I'm gonna keep it 100%. I'm gonna keep it raw with you guys. I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. That is honestly a major red flag, you know. And as a console owner myself, PS5, why is it that you guys have dropped copies for the PC, but this is literally one of the most anticipated games for the PS5, but we don't have any review and or gameplay footage of the PS5 version? That's very suspicious. I can't lie to you guys. Now, I obviously I pre-ordered the game. I do plan on picking it up. We're gonna see what's up day one. You know what I mean? I'm expecting some sort of day one patch. Every game that drops nowadays has a day one patch. But I'm hoping that this game doesn't release for the PS5 just disgustingly broken to the point where it's unpatchable. That I don't We've seen some crazy stuff before, especially with Cyberpunk 2077 that was so bad that Sony themselves actually offered a refund. You know, if you purchased the digital version of the game, they allowed you to actually get a refund for the game in the PS Network store. So we're gonna see, man. But let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys excited for Black Myth Wukong? Are you guys excited for something new? I'm telling you guys, I am so at this point, I'm willing to support any developers that are trying something new that's not just out here copy and pasting Fortnite, copy and pasting freaking Call of Duty, copy and pasting Dark Souls. Dark Souls. I'm getting burnt out. I'm getting burnt out of everybody just wanting to copy the last developer. That's why Stellar Blade to me is the game of the year. That game was absolutely fire. I cannot wait for Stellar Blade 2. The second they announced that, I'm immediately pre-ordering. Take my money. You guys deserve it. Any company trying something new, man, I'm about ready for it because gaming is becoming boring and super stale. Anyways, get in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. Should we be worried about Black Myth Wukong? Or do y'all think it ain't nothing that serious and we're gonna be all right? Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, it's your boy C Wavy. Man, I am out of here.